Well, Malcolm Turnbull and Bill Shorten are at a standoff over how to solve the dual citizenship crisis engulfing the government. Bill Shorten had this to say on the program moments ago.
Isn't it fair, Deb, that we have one rule for everyone? Why doesn't the government, at the same time as Labor, put all the facts on the table, show the efforts?
So
I believe in one rule for everyone.
And when will you provide those documents? When will you provide that proof?
As soon as I can get Malcolm to agree to put forward all of the facts.
And what's your time frame on providing these documents?
Friday, December the 1st.
Friday, December the 1st. All right?
Yep.
We'll mark that in our diary for when you'll be providing that. Now, Barnaby Joyce has been
so long as the government ponies up at the same time.
All right, the Prime Minister joins us now. PM, good morning to you.
Good morning, Karl. Good to be with you.
Are you going to pony up?
Well, I think Bill Shorten's got to pony up and be fair dinkum. You know, we put out on Monday a proposed resolution which would set out all the disclosures that people had to make and the assurances they had to give. And I set it out there. Bill had said he wanted to be bipartisan. So I sent it to him and I said, all right, here it is. You tell me what you think about it. We had a meeting yesterday, Karl. He came to the meeting. He did not propose one amendment. He had no detailed comments to make, no changes to make. I sat there with my iPad for 2 hours with him and I could not get him to specify what changes he wanted. He said he had to get more advice. He had to consult someone. I thought he was the leader of the opposition. Anyway, he was there with Penny Wong. Between them, they could not come up with any amendments. Now, they've said they're going to do that and go away and come back, but, you know, time is moving on. What he's got to do is decide whether he's fair dinkum, whether he wants to resolve this problem or exploit it. He's got to decide whether he wants to be part of the solution or continue to be part of the problem. Now, what I want to do is, before Christmas, before the end of the year, do the following. I want everyone to make full disclosures of all the relevant material. If they've, you know, where their parents were born and so forth, if they've been a citizen of another country, how they renounced that citizenship or how it otherwise came to an end, provide that evidence. I want all that to be done. The Parliament's then got to have some time to consider it, and then the Parliament's got to decide who, if any, to refer to the High Court. That's what we've got to get done. But the sooner Shorten is fair dinkum and produces what he proposes, and which we'll obviously consider in good faith, the sooner we can get the matter resolved. I took him at his word about being bipartisan. If he had been genuine, he would have come to the meeting and said, thanks for your proposal. Here are the amendments I propose. We would have gone through them in a business-like way, and we would have come out of it with something that was agreed.
I'll tell you what, he has come out in the media since. You must feel like a chump the way he's treated you.
Well, no, I think the people that he is treating as chumps are the Australian people. I mean, he has got to decide whether he wants to be part of the solution or part of the problem. Now, this is a man who stood up and said, we need to be bipartisan. I have presented on Monday, after a cabinet meeting, a detailed set of disclosures. Everyone's got them. He's had them since Monday. I invited him for his comments and reaction. We scheduled a meeting. If he was fair dinkum, he would have come to the meeting and said, OK, you know, clause F, I think we should add this or delete that. Clause G, you know, add this, delete that. That's what business-like people would do. He did not do that.
Okay.
And that's why it was disappointing.
Okay.
I mean, he said he's going to do it. Like he was talking breezily this morning about, over the next few days.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? The Senate's meeting on Monday, and the Senate is going to pass a resolution to deal with this on Monday. And at this stage, we don't know.
Okay.
It's only days away, and we don't know where Labor stands. I mean, if he's fair dinkum and he wants to resolve the issue, he should have some detailed amendments to our resolution in front of us, and then we can work out where we can make agreement.
Okay.
But in principle, full disclosure, complete transparency, everything done and dealt with before Christmas.
Okay.
That's my goal.
All right, enough of Bill Shorten, because after all, he is the opposition leader. Boy, oh boy,
Correct,
are you under the
right.
pump at the moment?
Well, I'm a good man in a crisis, Karl. You know, everyone else gets frenzied, particularly in the media. I'm very calm. the High Court has presented us with a big challenge. They have said that that it doesn't matter whether you know about it or not. If you've got dual citizenship, you're out. Okay. Now we took a different approach to the High Court.
Yeah.
We said we argued that if you're born in Australia, then foreign citizenship by descent, through your parents, etc., shouldn't disqualify you unless you've accepted or acknowledged it, or unless you knew about it and didn't do anything to renounce it. Anyway, they rejected that. They've taken a very strict literalist view. There's now, genuinely in the media, there is an extraordinary witch hunt going on. I mean, I think the attacks on Josh Frydenberg are un-Australian. The suggestion, for example, think about this. Josh Frydenberg's mother was born in the Budapest ghetto in 1943. She had been stripped of her citizenship by the Hungarian fascists because she was a Jew. The only reason they didn't push her into the gas chamber was because the Russian army arrived and when Hitler was defeated and stopped them. And you've got people out in the media saying Josh Frydenberg is a citizen of the country that would have gassed his mother had the war not come to an end when it did. 3/4 of the Jews of Hungary were sent into the gas chamber with the connivance and support and participation of the Hungarian government at the time.
This is the problem.
We've just got to get the facts out on the table
PM,
and deal with them in a responsible way.
PM, with the greatest respect, this is part of the problem here. You're getting bogged down in the minutiae of something when you should be getting on with running the country. Are you going to survive this?
Well, that's what I can assure you. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to APEC today. We're talking about trade. We're talking about opening up more markets.
Are you going to survive
for Australia? We're going to be, signing new free trade agreements. What we're doing is getting on with the job, dealing with the North Korean threat, dealing with terrorism in Southeast Asia, particularly in the Philippines. Be meeting with the President of the Philippines, meeting with President Trump, meeting with those leaders. It is vitally important that work is done, just as it's important that we get on with the job of reducing company tax. We've seen, despite all of the frenzy in the media, and there's been plenty of frenzy, what we've seen is the creation in the last year of 371,500 jobs, 85% of them full-time. That we have had the longest run of job creation, monthly job creation, Karl, in 23 years. So I went to the last election and talked about jobs and growth, and we're delivering them.
With the greatest respect, you are waffling this morning. You are waffling.
That's not... Well, Karl, you've got a job. If you're looking for a job and you need a job and you've got one because of the strong economic leadership we've provided, you may think it's waffling, but if you've been unemployed and you're getting a chance to get ahead, you think that's pretty... You would say you are being very patronising.
OK, this is what I want. This is what I want. This is the real you. This is the real you. This is what we want.
No, well, this is... And Karl, is it the real you to patronise people who are out of work and are getting a chance to get ahead?
I'm not patronising.
I don't think it is. I think you're a fair dinkum Aussie. I think you've got compassion, and I think you know that my job is to ensure that more Australians have the chance to get ahead and realise their dreams, and that's what I'm doing.
OK, this is what we want to see.
I'm not going to be distracted.
This is what we want to see.
By the frenzy. I'm not distracted by the frenzy. I'm resolving the problems, resolving the problems and delivering.
The perception is you're supposed to be running the country, but it looks like you can't even run your own party.
Well, that's Karl, that's nonsense. The party. You look at all the big issues we've dealt with recently. The same-sex marriage issue, the postal survey, total support. It's gone out there. 80% or thereabouts of Australians have participated in it. We'll know the result next week. The National Energy Guarantee, that's got overwhelming support in our party. It's out there. That will have the result of bringing down wholesale power prices by 20 to 25% over the next decade through to 2030. That is the practical, political, economic leadership that Australians want, and that's what I'm delivering. Now, we have this issue with citizenship. We'll resolve it. We'll resolve it. That's my commitment. But the issue for Australians is, can I get a job? Can my kids get a job? Will my business get ahead? Can I start a business? Can I afford to pay the power bills? Will the lights stay on when I do pay the power bills? Those are the big questions, And that's what I am providing the answers to.
OK, let's hope that you can go and do that, PM. I think Australia just wants to be led, and more importantly, they want to be led well. Thanks for your time today. Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, Karl.
OK.